Hello folks, we are not at Lake Mendota, we are at Lake Columbia, and this is how to catch a flathead. Now, we're only beginning with some worms because that's what a lot of people begin with. In Wisconsin, you are not allowed to move bluegills from water to water, otherwise I would have just bought a lot of bluegills here. So you need some live bait because Lake Columbia is always warm, so they don't want cut bait, they want live bait. So we're going to throw this worm under bobber out, and hopefully we can get a fish. This should not be too hard. There should be a lot of bluegills just right off the shore here. Sometimes it is a little bit challenging. Oh, something just took it. But the bluegills here are actually pretty small. So a lot of times, like, it takes a while for me to get one. I think I got one. Yep, there we go. It's tiny, but it will work. Tiny bluegill. So we're gonna put that on the hook and hopefully we can get a good fish. Now, I'd rather use bigger bluegills, but most of them are tiny here. You don't really need to throw out that far in this lake because this lake does actually drop like 7 to 8 feet really fast to the bottom. That far should actually be fine, and that should catch me a big flathead. And I'll explain why in a while in terms of like why I only have it that far. As I said, as I catch more bait, let me explain why that is, that you want your bait only a little bit offshore. Now, different lakes are different rivers are different, but a lot of times flatheads do actually come really close to shore and they just scour the shoreline at dark, and you'll catch pretty big ones that way. You don't need very big bait. That bluegill should be enough to attract one. But either way, it depends on the contour. If you know like of a deep snag or a deep structure within a lake, you want to throw it towards there if you can. But this lake just has a bunch of rocks. There's not really any real deep structure that I know of, at least anywhere close to shore that I can reach. So in that case, you want to throw the bait kind of like where the lake actually drops off really deep. And you should have to be familiar with the contour of the lake. I know this lake has a contour where it's like a bathtub. It drops right off the edge to about 7 or 8 feet and then stays even all the way across because this is a power plant discharge lake. So that's why I'm throwing it like right off the edge, about 15 feet here. But different lakes are different. If there's like a drop off like 20 feet out or 20 meters out on your lake, that's where you're gonna wanna throw it. Also, the lake temperature, water temperature has to be more than 50 degrees. Otherwise, flatheads generally are not going to be active. So like first thing is like near structure. Number 2, like where the drop off is. And number 3, like if it's kind of a lake like this one where it's just kind of a bowl shape, you really want something that's fairly close to shore where all the bluegills are. All the bluegills here are very close to shore, and the flatheads just come at night to eat the bluegills. And of course, after you throw it out, you just kind of wait. And here, they usually bite an hour or two, within an hour or two after nightfall. At different places, they will bite at different times. Like sometimes on the Wisconsin, at Newport, they'll bite at 11 or 12 at night. And at like the dam at the Dells, it's right after dark as well. On the rock at Johnson's Creek and so, it's roughly around 10 or 11. And you know, at various places in St. Louis, like at Bush, it tends to be fairly quick after dark. At that other pond, it tends to be 10 or 11. They have their habits. You just have to work around them and figure out what they are. I think we got one. Flathead tactic works very well. I just have to be able to bring it in now. This one's a big one. I can tell. It is one of the bigger ones. Just gotta kind of know what to do here. Oh, this one feels like I'm lifting up an anchor. So, and this isn't a huge hook. So I'm a little bit afraid I'm gonna lose it, but I think I should be able to get it. And it's running. This is definitely one of the big flatheads. Hope I can get it to the side and just bring it up. Oh my God. This might be the biggest one I've gotten here. Look at that. Look at that reel. I don't think this one's in the teens. I think this one is rather large. I do think this one's rather large. Because this is not a small fish. Oh my God. This could be the biggest flathead I've ever caught. In fact, I hope it is. Told you, tactic for catching flatheads does actually work. I think it's trying to grind me on a rock. I cannot let it do that, otherwise I will lose the fish. I do want to see how big it is. I think this is bigger than the other ones I've caught here. It feels bigger. It definitely feels bigger than the other ones I've caught here. It's coming in. Since the hook isn't huge, I'm not actually, since the hook is not huge, I am not willing to put too much. Oh, I saw like a shad thing here, but it's just running. Oh my God. Oh yeah, it's not, this is not an easy fight, folks. This is not an easy fight. Oh, see that, there it is. Oh, it doesn't look super big actually. Is this a channel or a flat? I think it's a flat. I've never caught a gigantic, I've seen a big channel from here, but I've never caught one myself. I'm gonna have to grab it by hand. Oh, that's a flat. That's a flat. I think it's actually under 20, which is weird because flats under 20 usually don't give me this much of a fight. But yeah, I think it's actually under 20. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look huge. That's pretty big though. It is between 10 and 20. There we go, another one, Lake Columbia. All right, I just gotta tire it out because I don't have the net with me. It's all the way over there. So I've gotta like, just tire it out and then grab it with my hand. That's the traditional way of landing a flathead anyway, so I'm fine with it. But yeah, how to catch a flathead successful. Bluegill, abracadabra, wait until after dark, flathead catfish. I think this one's probably like a 15-pounder. I don't think it's a 20. And maybe it is, we'll see. It's pretty big. No, it's bigger than, we'll see, we'll see. I've never actually caught a 20-pounder from here. My biggest one here is 18. This looks fairly similar to that. Flathead catfish, winter flathead, my friends. Best thing ever, best thing ever. All right, I think it's getting tired. Just need to make sure, oh, it's not quite giving up yet. Just need to make sure I don't lose grip of the pole because you can lose poles with these flatheads. You know, it's weird. I've never caught one on the other side of the boat ramp, and other people tell me they've caught giant ones on the other side of the boat ramp. But yeah, flathead. Oh, that doesn't want to come in. Flathead catfish. That's a decent one. It's not like, I don't think it's massively large, but this is also not a place where I got it. There we go. That is a tank flathead catfish. Not the biggest catfish I've ever caught by a long shot, but it is the biggest one I've caught at Lake Columbia. This is like 20.2 pounds, 37 inches flathead gato fish. And this, my friends, is how you catch a flathead. All right, I'm gonna let this go at the ramp here. Biggest catfish I've caught at Lake Columbiano. Lake Columbia catfish. It knows it's in the water, but just gotta turn it around and kind of help it slide in. Oh, see that? It breathed. But it's still too shallow. But just gotta push it. And there it goes. Kind of, maybe. Is it still too shallow? No, it's immersed. It can fit. It can go. It's just not going. Okay, let me get my net, which is right here. Oh no, I think it's starting to go by itself. Is it starting to go by itself? Nope. Push. I think it needs a little bit of time to recover. Been out of the water. Oh, there it goes. It's starting to go. It's heading towards the rocks though. It's going the wrong way, fish. Going the wrong way, fish. You need to go like into the deeper water and not by the rocks there. Just need to tug it there. It's a big monster though, big monster. It's stuck on that rock right there. Definitely stuck on that rock right there. All right, there we go. There it goes. Now it's going back into the deeper water. It's nice. Didn't propel like the other flatheads, but just chilling and going back into Lake Columbia. See a fish. Fortunately, I wasn't very successful at catching more bluegills, so we just had to toss another worm out there. Usually I only catch one a night here, but sometimes you get multiple bites. I think there used to be more of them here years ago, but there's still plenty of them here because I've caught and had several bites here on flatheads. Now I'm using a different bait. I know they've bitten on worms before, and if I can get another channel, that's great as well. I think we got another fish. I don't know if it's as big as the other one, but it's definitely pulling pretty hard. And Yeah, it feels decently heavy. I've got to get it off that branch now. Okay, I hate these little twig thingies because there we go. Got it off of that. That one had thorns on it, by the way. That's a decent sized one. It's a decent fish, not as big as the other one. Maybe it's like, almost doesn't feel like a catfish. The fact that it didn't go crazy makes me think, oh, it is pretty big. Bigger than I thought. That's a decent sized one. Huh, I've never gotten 2 in a day before at Lake Columbia. I've never gotten 2 in a day before at Lake Columbia. This could be my lucky day. This reel's not as good as the other one though. Is that even a flathead? Yeah, it's a smaller one. Okay, now it decides to run. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. I need to clean out this reel after a while. But I suck at reel. I think this is going to be the last one today. If I get it, I'm going home. If I don't get it, I'm probably going home anyways. But yeah, same tactic. Small bluegill, about the same place. And yeah, Lake Columbia. Very, oh, it's not so small. It's smaller. Oh, it might actually be about the same. I think it's slightly smaller than the other one. Oh my God, that was a giant blow up, my friends. That was a giant blow up. 2 big flatheads in a day. That's good. I think this one's like more like 15 pounds. Could be wrong though. I thought the last one was 15. It ended up being 20. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. That is my last like decent sized gill though. But this one's not super tired yet, so I gotta wear it out. All right, some good content. How to catch a flathead, folks. How to catch a flathead guttlefish. This one should be slightly under 20, but right a small one. And it's just deciding to fight near shore. Not a small fish. I thought it was like one of the smaller channels, or not one of the smaller channels, but I thought it was like, I definitely thought it was like maybe like a 3-pound channel, but it's definitely not. It's a nice fat one too. Look at that. And no, it's not the same one, folks. Only got like 2 decent sized gills today that were actually flatheadable, and they both got a flathead. Very, very happy about this. Very happy about that. Look at that. The mouth looks a little bit smaller than the last one though. Oh yeah. It's like a 15 pounder. But we'll weigh it. You know, the weird thing is I've always caught them on the right side of the left side of the boat ramp. I've never caught one on the right side of the boat ramp. Oh yeah, it's going down pretty deep. It's a nice one. It's a little bit bloody too. All right, we're gonna measure it, and it's in the same range as the other one, but I think it is slightly smaller. Down thing's a little bit smaller. Hook's a little bit deeper though. Unfortunate, but I can deal with that. It's not a big deal. All right, come here, flathead. Yeah, getting the net down here. I don't usually have my net down here with me. It's over there, and so I have to actually kind of grab it. It's not a 40 pounder, so it's not too bad to grab, but it is like a good 15 pounder or so. Multiple big flatheads in a day. I usually don't get that. Usually do not get that. Hooked on the side of the mouth as usual. Take it. Come here, flathead. Come here. Oh, no you don't. Oh, it's a little heavier than I thought. Oh, that water's so nasty. Actually, I don't think it's big. I don't think it's smaller than the other one now that I've actually grabbed it. There we go. Nice flathead. Guys, I was wrong about this one's size. It's bigger than the last one. 38 inches, 22.75 pounds. Excellent catfish. 2 for tonight. How to catch a flathead catfish. All right, folks, we got let this big catfish go. All right. Thanks for playing, fish. Look at that beautiful catfish. Beautiful catfish right at the dock. My foot is right there. You can see how small my foot is compared to the catfish. It's actually slightly bigger than the other one, about an inch longer and 2 pounds more. So we're gonna slide this one into the water and see if it acts differently from the last one. Given the little flathead just a push, hopefully it glides peacefully into the water. Kind of acting the same as the other one. I do think this one's fatter though than the other one. All right, seems like not doing much. Got to get the net again. All right, guys, got our net, which is nice. Catfish right there, and I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a push, encouragement to, you know, it's going towards the rocks just like the other one, which is weird because it can barely move. And this little minnows are trying to get away from it, obviously, but just kind of like nudge it away and hopefully it just goes. All right, fish, go into the deeper water. You can barely squeeze. Like, you know, I don't know why they always come towards land. And you just fish. Don't make this hard on yourself. Over that way, fish. And into the deeper water. There you go. There you go. All right, now you're getting it. Now you're getting it. See ya, catfish. See ya. Well, I just got back to my place, and that was how to catch a flathead. Remember, bluegills of any size can catch flatheads. I caught those 2 flatheads on like micro gills, basically. And you got to know the structure of the lake. Throw towards structure. If not, throw towards the drop-off. And if it's a lake where it's a bowl shape, just throw like 10, 15 feet off the edge, wait until nightfall, and that's when they prowl. I usually have the best luck right before rain at night, or on like, you know, bright, clear days that is not a full moon. You want to be at least 3 or 4 days away from a full moon because the flatheads don't really seem to like the bright moon. So I probably won't return there until December. But that is how to catch a flathead. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button, and I will be back with more fishing videos.